Yes, now Familamo, welcome back to another video on Jazza TV. Today I'm going to give you some tips. I've got a list here. No one ever list. It's always important, isn't it? Very important list there. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying the channel. We're on 2,000 followers now, so thank you all for the support. Keep on commenting, liking, and see they're going up all the time. So the number of comments and likes and views, so thank you very much. It means a lot. I'm enjoying doing this. So yeah, I'm going to give you some tips on how to get in good shape, like a fighter, like somebody who's prepping for a competition, or like the bodybuilders do, or you even see fellas now doing photo shoots, as it's called, and stuff like that, or like getting in good shape to look good on social media. I wouldn't advise that. If that's your bag, that's what you like to do, then you know, each to their own. But yeah, I'm going to give you some advice. We start off as fighters, we don't always look how we do on fight night, so yeah, just be mindful of that. We don't walk around all the time looking like we do on the television. That was an odd thing for me to say. The telly, we say telly here in Liverpool. So yeah, if you're looking at fighters, what they look like, they don't always look like that. You know, we have times where we go in and out of feeling good, looking good, even when we attach our body image to our mentality, which is a dangerous thing. So stay with me for the whole video, because I'm also going to go into the dark side of being in good shape and what the effects are, the negative consequences for being in such good shape and looking so good. So yeah, just stick with me till the end, and I'll go on to the dark side of losing weight and looking good and all them other things. So yeah, the first one would be, say if you got an 8-week camp, somebody's got an 8-week camp, I would never advise you to do camps and cycles, because that's what it is, the cycle, up down. I would say live balanced, steady. But if you're going to do an 8-week camp, you got like a holiday in 8 weeks, you're going to get in good shape, or you got the summer coming. You see a lot of people want to get in good shape for the summer and stuff like that. Yeah, do it now. 8 weeks away, you think, oh, I'll start on Monday. Starting on Monday's the killer of all dreams, isn't it? So don't start on Monday. Do it now. You've got less time than you think, whether that be fitness, whether that be dieting. You always get obstacles along the way. You'll have a few weekends where you might have to go to somebody's wedding or something like that, or a birthday party, and or you have to go to a family meal, and you're gonna have to have something to eat. So do it now, and you can enjoy it then, if that makes sense, rather than enjoying your family meal and then having to play catch up. So yeah, doing it now is an important one. Yeah. High salt. Now, salt's been demonized, hasn't it? Because I think it's a lot of obese people eat a lot of high salt, but they blame it. They love to blame the salt, don't they? But they don't blame the carbs, the proteins, the fat, and the calories. You know, they don't blame all that stuff, all that good stuff. So just yeah, salt's gonna help you a lot. It'll help you more than you'd even know, and you can always take out salt. Salt's easy to take out. You know, you just stop having it. It's not hard to stop having it. So yeah, high salt diet at the start, it'll give you good energy, it'll be good for your training and stuff like that. So high salt is one I use. I always utilise that at the start of camps. High water, that goes with that too. Always high water. I have 5 or 6 litres every day, and you can always, like I say, you can stop drinking water, you can take it out so easily, but it gives you that full feeling. You feel like you've had a lot to eat, and you don't need to burst your belly anymore if you're having a lot of high fluids. Now people say don't drink and eat your meal at the same time, give it a bit of a gap, but I do me. I'll have, like, if I'm on a diet, starting off a diet, and I need to lose weight and I'm struggling to get into my diet, I'll just fill my belly up on fluids or salad or light foods before I have my main meal. And it's a good little tool, because by the time you're at the end of the meal, you don't want more, because you're already full halfway through your meal. Next one, sleep. It's like I'm 3 years old, and I'm not trying to patronize you by saying sleep, but sleep is so important for these reasons, because sleep is recovery. And when you wake up and you're having no recovery, you don't feel yourself, you want to reach for the food, don't you? Want to reach for snacks just to give you that little bit of energy, the energy that's going to go on within an hour anyway. So just yeah, be careful around the sleep. Be mindful that you're not hungry, you're tired. A lot of the time we reach for high fatty carbohydrates just because we're tired. So yeah, just be mindful of that one. High sleep, and the more you sleep, the less you eat. That extra hour or two that you spend before 12 o'clock, they say, it's like having 2 hours, don't they? So yeah, get a good early night, and the longer you're in bed, the less you're in the fridge. So yeah, that's a good one. I sleep. In calorie timer, for me, I go to the gym. I'll say like I have 2,500 calories a day. I'll split them between say 5 or 6 meals, but let's just say five meals. There's 500 calories per meal. Training twice a day, I'll have 2 high carbohydrate meals. That'll be my morning meal before the gym, and then I come home from the gym. We have a high protein meal, another high protein meal. Then I have my high carbohydrate meal before my second session. Then after the second session, I have my high protein meal. Then so yeah, just timing it right. Don't be eating carbs after the gym. Not saying don't eat carbs after the gym. Saying don't have your carbohydrate based meal after the gym. Use that for your protein or for your recovery. Before the gym, use your carbohydrates. Just timing's good, and it'll save you going mad in the night. You know what I mean? Maybe you want to save your calories from your afternoon meal. Take a little bit out of them and have a higher dinner. More calories at night, so you're going to bed, you're not hungry maybe, but that's up to you. Supplements as well. Supplements are exactly what they're called. They supplement. You don't have biscuit supplements, because you're not supposed to supplementing good things, because you're not getting the good things. So don't think that. You see this a lot of times, especially in boxing or fighters saying you haven't got a clue. Yeah, I went and I did the biscuits, but I had a protein shake. It doesn't work like that. It's just addition to things that have been taken out of your diet. You can't add things in and expect it just to be normal again. So yeah, supplements, be mindful around your supplements. Use them wisely. Don't use them as supplements for, well, swapping them. You don't swap them. They're not swaps, the supplements, although they can be very beneficial. The scales. So what's your relationship like with the scales? Do you avoid the scales because you don't want to be accountable, or do you get on the scales a lot because you're worried about your weight going up? Now, whatever your relationship is, if you avoid accountability, I will get on the scales and get that accountability in your life. But if you don't want to obsess over the scales, you're a bit like me and you obsess over your weight and stuff like that, swerve the scales, put them away, even lash the battery. I know batteries are expensive these days, but it'll save you peace of mind. Just lash the battery, get weighed maybe on a Monday, lash the battery, go and get another battery on Sunday night, you know what I mean, and then get weighed on Monday again, and repeat that cycle for a few weeks, because the scales aren't going to tell you nothing other than your weight is fluctuated due to carbohydrates holding onto water, basically. A lot of other things, but that's what's going on there. So yeah, just worry about your diet, not about the scales. They're a terrible metric to see what your weight really is. And don't overlook your calories, because we always overestimate how much we've got on the plate. Underestimate. Fucking hell, yeah, you punch drunk. So we always underestimate how much is on our plate, or overestimate, one of those, I don't even know. So anyway, we think that like a 500 calorie meal is only 300 calories. We do that a lot. So getting to know, reading the packets on the back of the food and stuff like that, it's important. It'll help you. If you find that stuff out, it'll go a long way, because a lot of people don't understand why the weight's not moving, but they're actually eating just as much as they're burning, and they're going nowhere with it. So yeah, just get a bit of information, on nutritional information that's on the back of every packet. You've got no excuse not to turn the packet open and see what you're having before it. And sometimes when you do it like that, you're a bit more conscious of it. You take a bit more time with your food, the food that you're gonna have. You put a bit more love into it. You plan it properly. A bit more goes into it, rather than just sitting down, grabbing whatever's there and just throwing them all down and feeling regret. So yeah, now we're going to go on to the dark side of being in good shape and making weight. This isn't just for fighters, this is for everybody, but anyone in weight making sports and stuff like that can tell you a lot of these things are spot on. And the dark side of making weight, it's very, very dark, to be honest. The scales, we'll start off with the scales there. I said before about if you can be accountable. They are good for accountability, but also they can make you become very obsessive. So I'm just not going to clash here. So I don't know where this stemmed from for me, but you get coaches like who don't really understand what it's like to be at a certain body fat, let's say, and they don't really understand what it's like to be a fighter, so they have no compassion. They just call these kids little fat fuckers, and the kids got over these beliefs. The kids are in good shape, in like top 10% of people's shape, and in that gym, because everyone's in good shape, they are at the bottom of the pile, you know what I mean? So it's almost like they actually do believe that they're a fat fucker, because that's what they're getting told. You little fat fucker, you better get that 2 kilogram off, but the kid's already 5% body fat, you know what I mean? So yeah, be careful around the scales, because a lot of people who don't know what they're talking about, get on the scales, and if I was a coach, I'd allocate my fighter a certain amount of weight. If you're gonna go away for the weekend, put a bit of weight on, because you're not gonna train. I expect that to happen, but don't be putting loads on. And give the fighter that little bit of freedom there in the mind, not to go mad, not to come back in telling lies, because he's yet a roast dinner with his man. His man's put a roast dinner on the table, and the kids at the roast dinner like every other kid. He's only 13 now, he's getting called a fat fuck, you know what I mean? It can create eating disorders, because it did with me. Eating disorders, and then you're telling lies, because it almost becomes like an addiction. Well, it is an addiction in a certain sense, especially with the carbohydrates. That's the cycle I fell into, but that's for another video. But yeah, just be careful. A lot of fighters, a lot of like the bodybuilders, the ballet girls, watched a few documentaries on that, and how they pick up these eating disorders, you know, and then you're swapping food for water because you're going to get in the scales, or you're taking water away because you're going to get in the scales, and you're eating more calories but you're drinking less water. It can be very, very damaging. I used to go to the Great Britain team. I used to box with Great Britain as a kid for a few years. We were only allowed 5% weight limit. They talking about throwing you off or giving you a penalty and stuff like that, talking your wages. That's what they spoke of at one point, if you're over the 5% weight limit. So what I used to do, I used to lose a stone. I was in a very vicious cycle. Lose a stone in 10 days, then go and stay there for 3 or 4 days, keep that stone off. When I used to leave, as soon as I get in the train, I'd go and put a stone on, and the stone would be back on me within that one night. So, and then go on that vicious cycle, and in the end I just ate at the place, and I was dehydrated. I must have been dehydrated for years, most of my time, and then that 1 or 2 days where I weren't dehydrated before I got back on that vicious cycle to lose the weight again. Yeah, it was damaging, and I was fighting the best kids in the world. Don't know how I was doing it. It was willpower more than anything, but it was ill nutrition, and it was a lack of discipline. And the lack of discipline, I was very disciplined in every other area, but it was because of this cycle that I found myself on, because of the scales. I believe if I never had a pair of scales in my life, this never would have happened. And also, like the sweatsuit, you when you're introduced to a sweatsuit as a kid, you know, you can lose a little bit more, but you're not losing no more fat, you're just losing water. So vicious cycle. Went on a little bit for that one, but being ripped, being in good shape, and being healthy, they're two different things. They look the same from the outside, but when you're watching fighters on television or bodybuilders on stage, they look amazing, they are amazing, but then there's the other side of it. They don't feel the best. When I get it weighed in, that's the best place I can ever be in terms of being ripped and the lowest body percentage, but you feel like shit. You feel like you're like I said before, you feel sick. That's almost how I would feel. Your body can't live in that state. You're dying slowly, aren't you, because your body's not getting the nutrition that it needs to reproduce and stuff like that. So yeah, social habits can be affected massively, because you want to look good, you want to look great in the gym. There's a fella next to you, he's a little bit more ripped than you now, so what are you going to do? You're going to cut back on your calories or you're going to lift a bit more weight, or what are you going to go to the dark side? You're going to start taking drugs to get a bit more ripped, to get a bit more bigger. It can be very painful for these people. And then the family member says to them on the weekends, you come to ours, you come for a roast, or you come for a family meal, it's someone's birthday meal and stuff like that, and you're declining because you can't afford to just eat these foods and stuff like that, and you're losing out on your social life with your loved ones, and they all say like you seem a little bit strange these days, you're not the same and stuff like that, and then you're gonna have conflict with your loved ones. So is it worth it to be in good shape, or to have a healthy family and friends lifestyle, or just be isolation? It can lead to isolation. That's one of the dark sides to it. Being 6 to 8% body fat, I would say. Now it looks great and everyone wants to be that, don't they? But it's hard work, it's hard maintaining. It's like having a really fast car, but nice car. It's going to cost a lot of maintenance, so be careful around that, because it doesn't feel too good. If I've been like under 5% body fat, I don't know how low it was, but it was under 5%. I'm sure I got told it was something like 3%. It was bad. I was fighting for the super bantamweight British and world titles at the time, and it was bad. I got a broken jaw, and I always wondered, was my bone density fragile because of how I was living, with the bone health and stuff like that? I don't know, but anyway, it's not healthy to be under 5% body fat. Your body doesn't like it. Your body will send you signals constantly all day. You need some sort of stimulus to switch off, something like watching telly or something out, like distractions you need, and it's not healthy, because you stop living your life and start focusing on other things in between training and stuff like that. It become very negative and dark. So 6 to 8% fighters tell you they look great, but they get dizzy when they're standing up because they're under 5% body fat or 6% body fat. It doesn't feel the best. Now a lot of fighters, a lot of fitness athletes, influencers, stuff like that, people in good shape, they fail to tell you the truth really. A lot of them take supplements. Supplements meaning like steroids really, innit? So they are steroids to teach you to get them easier than it's ever been. So yeah, if they were a bit more open about that, people would maybe be more realistic. But I understand they built a livelihood on it and stuff like that. It's a house of cards. As soon as they tell people they're on steroids, people are going to put all their hard work and dedication down to the fact that they're just on steroids alone, so they can't. And yeah, that's it really. That's me takeaway is there's no such thing as a free lunch. No matter what you're gonna do, even if it was down dark side there with the steroids, you're gonna have mental effects, you're gonna have worry. What's the price to pay for all these things? Now, looking good isn't always feeling good, so be mindful if you want to make that journey. It's sometimes better to be healthy, both in your lifestyle, your diet, and just your health. Overall health is best. Your health is your wealth, isn't it? So yeah, being healthy and being ripped are two different things. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe and leave a comment. I'm on 2,000 followers now, and I appreciate all the messages of support. They're coming in more and more. All the likes on every video, the views are going up. So yeah, it means a lot to me. Thank you all for watching. Yeah, keep it up, because the channel's growing and I'm enjoying doing it, and I'm getting messages off a lot of people telling me how it's helped them. I know young pros and stuff like that. It's very rewarding. So yeah, if my mistakes can go into somebody else and he can gain benefit from that, so yeah, great. So thank you for watching from Lambo.